Hi everyone. This week we are focusing on shopping. I'm here with a friend, Alun, who is a community leader in a board game club. Alun doesn't seem to be a big shopper, but there is a twist. Listen to this conversation to find out what it is. Hi Alun, thank you for accepting our invitation.
Hello, it's an honour and a pleasure.
So Alun, you don't seem like a shopaholic, but you have some interesting clothes. Could you tell us about your approach to fashion and buying clothes?
So, most of my clothing I actually get because I find it practical. Quite a few things actually have some story about it behind them. So this particular vest was when I was a volunteer at a festival and they were selling lots of different clothing. Another volunteer told me about it, so I went over to them and I could actually order exactly what I wanted, which is why I ordered it with 3 pockets, so there's lots of things I can carry, and also while I am fairly fat there's still lots of space, so I can get the pockets quite deep. The hat I tend to wear is actually very practical because if it's rainy it keeps me dry, if it's cold it's still warm, and if it's windy the rim is small enough that it doesn't blow away.
I know that sometimes you buy things in charity shops, so I would like to know what attracts you to that and how do you find unique items there?
So the advantage of the charity shops is they are relatively inexpensive, but you never know what's going to be in there, so you have to go consistently and look, and don't get something if there's nothing you want. Now, all charity shops should be a 2-week turnaround, so any item they put down on the floor, they actually date, and if it's still there 2 weeks later, they remove it, so there's a constant turnaround of what clothing they supply, which means you can be lucky, you can be unlucky, but it is the consistent looking and also not buying something just because you're in there.
Your clothes, like hats and vests, seem to reflect your personality. How do you use fashion to express yourself?
For me, as it's a practical thing, so as I say, these have got lots of pockets. I tend not to wear this vest that often. It tends to be when I'm helping out in events, so it gets a jovial appearance and sort of makes people more relaxed, friendly, and feel they're going more to an event. I'm not really concerned with what the temporary fashion is. It's more what is practical.
Can you tell us the story behind 1 or 2 of your favorite second-hand purchases and why are they special to you?
Delighted to. Now these aren't actually so much purchases. So this particular hat was given to me as a gift. Some friends of mine needed to go to Greece to help out a relative quite suddenly, so I was looking after their dog. So what they got me in a thank you was this hat, because sort of Greek looking, and also a small stuffed seal, plushy toy. Now this one, a bit more moving around. This particular coat was first used in a sort of acting role where I was playing a particular traveller, and it was quite torn deliberately. But it's got lovely huge pockets. It's very good when you're walking through the countryside because it does block. There we are, actually got it on. It does block a lot of the grass stuff. So it was one that I had actually set up and torn. And then when I was on a bus trip, as I needed to do something while travelling, I basically sewed it up, repaired it, and now I quite like it because, again, it's warm, but also you can swirl in it.
What advice would you give to someone who is interested in exploring second-hand shopping but hasn't done it much before?
You should always choose the clothes that make you happy. I am happy that other people like my clothing. If they don't, that's not a problem for me. I wear the clothing that I wish to, and I think that anyone who's doing second-hand shopping should do the same, of choose the clothing that they like and that they're happy with, that they can live with, And also, because it's usually much cheaper to use a charity shop, it means that once you've tried it a few times, you decide you don't like it, it's not an inexpensive mistake.
Thank you for the interview, Alun.
You're very welcome. Thanks very much for asking me.